Hello, it's me. I'm Fog. I'm here today with Bobby Goddard. We are here today, right, to talk about Destiny, right?
Yes.
It's a game we both love.
True.
That has a pretty BS storyline.
Yeah, the campaign is probably one of the most well-known weak parts of Destiny.
It's like almost as bad as a Halo or Call of Duty game.
Well, I'm going to have to say Destiny is probably worse in that sense because they didn't really have very much of a campaign at all up until they had DLCs, especially like the Taken King. And the Taken King like specifically added a shit ton of content.
Okay, I'll agree with you there, but Taken King is still like, so you go and spend $60 for the base game, right? Like when it comes out.
Yeah.
Then you have to go and spend, what, another $30 for
30,
Taken
like
King.
sometimes it can be like 20, right, though?
But I think Taken King was 30, right?
I'm not sure. Whenever I bought Destiny, it was like the version that it took place after Taken King had already come out, so I got like
the whole
DLCs
entire
1, 2.
Well, so like let's look at from like let's say that when the DLC came out, it was $20, right? Not only are you paying $60 for the base game, then you have to spend an extra $20 for the game to be decent.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's kind of BS.
Yeah.
And then the Rise of Iron DLC was also not necessarily the greatest, right? Like we both finished it underneath an hour.
Yeah, probably. Well, like the main,
like
the Rise of Iron campaign.
Yes.
Yeah, Rise of Iron campaign might have taken me a bit over an hour, but yeah, basically.
Yeah. So, what are your other gripes that you have with Destiny that you want to see, hopefully, I guess, fixed in Destiny 2, now that we kind of have an idea over what it was? Like, I know one thing that you and I talked about was it'd be cool to play in the tower, right?
Yeah, and then it turned out that was, like, exactly what
That's,
we
like,
got.
the first thing. I still kind of do hope, though, that when Destiny 2 is about to come out, like, September 7th, like, it comes out September 8th. Yeah. So, like, September 6th or September 7th, Destiny pushes out, and their last campaign, their last map, whatever it is, it's the tower starting to get attacked.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. I know for sure whenever they were doing the big like press release, and they were talking about one of the biggest problems a ton of people had, which was like the lack of sort of being able to like find other people to play like certain content with, and then they were able to fix that with the clans. I'm one of those people. I still kind of am one of those people.
Well, I remember I sent you, I think, a link to a website a few months ago where it was like you just look in your experience level on Destiny and who you're looking to play with and when.
Right, was that the 100?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Right, I haven't taken too much time into looking at that, but yeah, I do
Yeah, so I think it's like I think it's kind of like any company, right? You see that there's a big enough need that someone has gone out and created it, and that other people are using it, so they're trying to incorporate it.
Yeah. I've wanted to, but I've literally never done a raid. Never done a single raid. I'm like light level 379 on like my highest character. Literally never once done a raid.
We should do one.
Yeah,
tonight.
I'd be down for that actually. Yeah, I was thinking because they recently brought all of the like original year one raids, like Vault of Glass, King's Fall. That's not really a year one though, because that was like with Taken King. But yeah, like the classics.
Yes.
I heard Vault of Glass was like one of the best. So I don't know. It's whatever.
So what else do you want to see in Destiny 2 that maybe you didn't get a feel from yet? Like, I know one big thing for me is, and I think it's not true, and I hope to God that it will still be there, but I don't think it will be, is the old planets, like the Reef and everything. I think it's just going to be the new planets they were showing off.
Yeah, because, like, I was actually playing some Destiny today, and I was on, like, I think Venus. Mm-hmm. Literally just on Venus for Spirit Bloom, so I could, like, upgrade my gear and whatnot. But, I didn't see... You were there too. I don't think we saw at all any footage or gameplay from any of those planets in our solar system. Pretty much, obviously besides like Earth and whatnot. But I'm a really big fan of Mars. I think it looks really beautiful. It kind of reminds me of like a dystopian, kind of like Mad Max kind of thing.
I can see that.
But I'm not too big of a fan of like Venus and whatnot. And the moon is so iconic.
But that's where the tower was, right? Yeah, that's where the tower is.
The tower?
That gets destroyed? That's on the moon.
Is it?
I think it is.
Don't know.
Let's look up a Destiny map really quickly.
But I don't know. So I would like to know for sure about those planets and whether or not they'll be playable. It's looking like no, they won't be playable. And I guess that's like all right and all, because like I'm definitely gonna be spending a lot of time checking out the new planet or the moons, I suppose. Like
So, like, here's Earth. So I
Yeah.
guess that's the moon right there.
oh, that's the moon, bro. What are you talking about?
Then what's this?
That's the tower. It's floating above the last city. What are you talking
You know, I've always been confused by this.
You
So
click on the icon to go to like the tower.
I'm just saying,
On
I've
Earth.
always just thought that that's the way it was. Like, I thought maybe that was Venus's moon right there. I do hope the reef makes a comeback.
Yeah, I think I saw on like a thumbnail or something on like a. I didn't really watch the YouTube video, but something about Xur being back, and I know he's Xur. It specifically says underneath his name, Agent of the Nine, and some of his dialogue is like, "These weapons aren't mine; they're of the Nine," and stuff like that, which kind of rhymes. But
Ha.
I know for sure there's gonna be a bit of more. We're gonna get some more lore about that and whatnot because
They're incorporating the lore, so no
Yes.
more Grimoire cards.
they are. But more importantly, though, they are replacing Trials of Osiris with Trials of the Nine
Ooh.
or something like
All
that.
right.
I'm quite sure that's what I heard. Quite positive.
You know,
Yeah.
I hate saying this because I always think that a lot of great characters are only great because you don't know their backstory. Joker being like a great example. But I would
Yeah.
love DLC where we got to learn more about Xur.
Yeah, I think that'd be very interesting. And like, what exactly is he? Because like just got that hood, and you can see his eyes, and he's got like fucking tentacles.
I mean,
like, on his
that's
face.
that's why I think it would be really, really great to learn more about Xur and his entire like race of people, if that even still exists.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I think that if that were to happen, maybe he wouldn't be so great anymore.
I suppose, but they definitely have. I agree with you in the sense that they have a lot in which they can delve into with that character and like his background. I want to know about the Nine and like, is it like an organization? Is it like a group of aliens or something? Like, where do they get all these exotic like
Yeah.
weapons and armor? And why do they send out
Ooh,
Xur to
you know-
sell them?
You
to
know what would be
Guardians?
super cool is how in current Destiny, you can join factions.
Yeah.
So like I'm in, I think, Future War Cult. And
Oh yeah, you mean those factions?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like Dead Orbit and
Yeah.
New Monarchy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What if one of the factions you can join is 9?
That'd be really interesting. Something I'd like to see.
And
definitely.
then like all you get from them is all only exotics.
That would be a bit of a game changer and probably make it definitely superior to the other factions.
Well, not necessarily. Like one could only deal in exotic headpieces and exotic swords, and then another one could do exotic guns, right? Primary and secondary guns only, and torso pieces, and the other one could do exotic heavy, right? That's what's
Well,
the
they're getting rid of that.
Fusion.
For
What
the
if-
second deals for Destiny 2, it's not
It's
going to
primary
be like,
and secondary, and then what's the last one?
no, it's not like that. It's
Yeah,
that's for Destiny 1, but I'm talking about in Destiny
no,
2,
it's
it's going to be
Destiny-
like kinetic, energy, and power or something.
Yeah, but they were like, this is your primary, this is your secondary, which you can switch out with them. And then the third one's called something else. The way Destiny 1 works is this is your primary, this is your special, and this is your heavy.
Yeah, that's...
So I was looking for the word power. I think like the last one could then just be exotic power weapon,
or
and then
yeah.
here's your exotic like
Mhm.
shoes.
Right.
Just do it.
But what I was... Going back to the factions in Destiny 1, I feel like I would like for the factions to have more influence in Destiny 2, because literally, of the 3 factions we listed a second ago, Future War Cult, Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, they aren't necessarily any different from the other. They don't have any influence at all. Because like it wouldn't really matter like which one you're in. You would just get different like weapons and armor, which really don't like make that big of a deal.
You know what would be fun is for the clan that you're in to have their own faction, right? Not necessarily like everybody gets to make their own faction, but you get to pick the default faction.
Mm.
So like say you join my clan and you're in Future War Cult, but I'm in New Monarchy, you automatically get switched over to New Monarchy.
Yeah, I mean,
so you have like clans associate with factions.
I can see that, but like if they don't increase the amount of influence factions have, what would be the point of that?
I think, you know, again, switching it up with everyone gets like some sort of exotic gear with all of the different factions, and then you're not. It's more like whichever faction is the biggest might get the better goods, and like it updates on like a week by week basis, right? So clans will have a goal because they can get specific clan items if they join a faction, and bigger the faction grows, like the bigger the clans grow, the bigger the faction grows. Then every week, everybody in the clan gets a new like gift.
Okay, that's interesting. Kind of like that idea. What do you think about the new planets and moons? Well, I guess they're pretty much all moons, right? Except for Earth. Like, what do you think about?
Do you think Earth will be the same land we've known? Because it's mostly been like Russia, right?
Well, like, there's the Cosmodrome, and then there's like what we know for sure we're going to be getting in Earth in Destiny 2, which is European Dead Zone. And from the gameplay, that looks like it's going to be very interesting and nice, like kind of like a forest and wood area. I was wondering if they were going to be, because I know the Crucible map, Widow's Court, is in the European Dead Zone. I was wondering if that map is going to be like a PvE area in that. But yeah, I was gonna ask you though, what do you think about like the different planets? I know one of them's like Io. I'm not sure which one that is, but one of them's literally just water, and then they have like man-made structures on top of that. Or like, I'm not sure how the exploration kind of part is gonna work there. If you can only go on the structures,
I think it'll be interesting to see. You know what I really hate about the new places they're making?
What?
They literally couldn't come up with anything more creative for the Titan world, so they just called it Titan.
That's an actual moon, dude.
I realize, but it upsets me so much. They were so on the nose.
It is interesting. It is.
Well, you know what would have been great? If like all hunters came from the planet Titan. But no, the Titan has to go on the planet Titan. It makes me so upset.
But from my understanding, Titan is actually supposedly one of the most like livable locations in our solar system, besides obviously like Mars and Earth. Like Titan is a moon of Saturn, I believe, and I'm not sure if that's the one, but one of Saturn's moons supposedly has like covered in like a layer of ice that might have like an ocean underneath it or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. Have you seen the movie Oblivion?
I haven't.
It's like a couple years old, like maybe 2011 Tom Cruise film. Supposedly, like all the rich people from Earth decided to live there instead.
I think I've heard about. I think we talked about this actually when we were watching the Destiny 2 release.
Maybe. I don't know. I used to be. I actually really enjoyed that film, but I was obviously a lot younger when I saw it. Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been fun.
It has. Thanks for having me. Like, subscribe, get me some ad money. Yeah. I'll be back with some more videos coming up soon.